GM fam, we are live with your hosts Zircon, Solinvestor, and myself with Value Vibes podcast, talking everything about Magic Eden and the crap that's going on, NFT Inspect, the new Bonk, and a lot of crazy things overall with Solana. So, what's going on, guys? What's going on? Zircon, what's up?
I was waiting for the other one to start.
Yeah. I think we did exactly the same thing. Everything's just fine. I've seen a lot of things these upcoming days. A lot of I don't know how to call it, the fiasco from Magic Eden and the fake NFTs. We've seen some hype around Lunar that we've mentioned in the past. And also
Yeah.
there's a lot about Bonk. I've been swing trading a lot. Since we talked on Tuesday, I've been swing trading the token. I actually made like 10 sol out of the token. So I'm pretty happy how it went, how I'm building up a little bit of money out of just swing trading the token, and that's all on my end.
Solinvestor, what's up, man? How's it going?
Dude, I would like to say that I made money as well, but I kept telling Zircon to ping me when he enters. This man did nothing. And then after that he hits me up and he's like, yeah, I made like 10 soul. So that was nice. But
Yeah.
like these things have been flying, and it's so interesting because obviously the Magic Eden hack is a huge thing. But like Bonk mooning, that sort of euphoria is so large that it's
Yeah.
overshadowing what's going on with Magic Eden. And look, despite the fact that people are buying fake NFTs, unverified NFTs on Magic Eden, I mean, volume is still high and people are still aping into stuff. So it's really interesting to watch.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. People are still trading. It seems like people just don't care. I probably bought a fake NFT at one point the past 3-4 weeks. I bought a Taiyo Pilot at that point. They were affected, I guess. So I mean, who knows, man? But hopefully it's resolved. Do you think it's resolved, Solinvestor?
Dude, I don't know. So
They said it's resolved. They said it's resolved.
well, first of all, everyone kept blaming each other to an extent. HG came out. He's the one who sort of, blew up the whole story. Uh, Magic Eden well, I'm not sure if Magic Eden are the ones that stated it. I do know some people who were commenting on the post were saying it's Metaplex. I'm not sure if Magic Eden said the same thing. But anyways, Metaplex got the blame then. After that, Metaplex looked into it and they verified that this issue isn't on their end. This issue is on Magic Eden's end. So Magic Eden comes out. They're like, earlier today, we've solved the problem of unverified NFTs. And it clearly wasn't solved because I know people, including, well, I don't know this man personally, to be honest, but the most famous one that I saw buy fake NFTs was Tim from Alpha Pharaohs. And he's an experienced trader, right? He's not a rookie in the space by any means. And he actually bought 2 of these new Dream collections. He swept up 9 of them. I think 2 of them were fake. So
Really?
Magic Eden says that, yeah. And this is after Magic Eden's statement. This is like 4 hours after Magic Eden's statement. And he posted proof on it on Twitter. So Magic Eden is saying it's solved. Traders are saying it's not solved. I'm leaning towards the traders, obviously, because they're the ones actively buying and selling. The first few comments you can already see that people are complaining, saying that it's not solved.
So are you gonna be trading on these next 24 hours, or are you not? Based on the statement,
I haven't really traded much. I bought another Lunar. I sold a Saga Pass, but I'm not really trading. I'm just sitting back. I'm waiting for this issue to be resolved. I don't want to buy a fake NFT because I don't know how long the refund process is. So no, I'm just going to sit on my hands for a few more hours, maybe for the rest of the day, and just watch the markets.
That seems like a safe bet on what you're saying on that portion. I once they put that statement out, I like it came in from here, and then I just went back to Magic Eden, and then I started looking at stuff. I didn't buy, but I was going to. But then once you mentioned that, I'm probably double thinking right now and not gonna do anything for the next 24 hours and just waiting. So
Yeah, I mean, but we're seeing a few deals come up on a few projects. Some projects are mooning, some projects are dipping. So
Yeah.
it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see. I hope I don't miss a dip because I'm waiting, but at the same time, I'll be kicking myself if I bought something and it's unverified.
now the other thing that we have to talk about, other than Magic Eden, with the whole shenanigans that's going on, is the domino effect on Bonk. And we talked about this 2 days ago on how there's gonna be some other things popping up because people are talking about Bonk now, and it's not just us talking about Bonk. There's Ethereum people talking about Bonk as well. Because I know this one guy from YouTube. I knew him from long ago. He hit me up. He made a video on Bonk, and he's like, "Hey, what is this Bonk thing?" And he never talked to me for like ever since that one time. And that's like the sign of like, wow, this thing really went out there and reached to all these other folks, all these other YouTubers, all these other people out there. So now everyone's looking for this next thing, and this next thing, I think, Zircon, I don't know if you heard of this next project, but Solinvestor talked about it a little bit. The Chili's token, right? Is that correct,
Yeah.
Solinvestor?
Yeah, that's correct. So this token seems to be gaining traction. The owner of DGen CoinFlip, he's part of the team for this token. So that's always bullish. ETH guys already know about, sorry, did I say DGen token? I meant DGen CoinFlip. Yeah, so one of the founders of this project is the founder of DGen CoinFlip. So I think that's why this is gaining a lot of traction as well. The token is on the market, but the airdrops haven't yet happened. So I'm just waiting for the airdrops to happen. I'm already OG'd for this. So I'm going to get a couple of airdrops. I don't know. I might buy in if Zircon is nice enough to let me know when he enters. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But I do hope this can ride the bonk wave. I don't think it's going to go nearly as high. But if you can
No.
catch the bottom, I don't see a reason why this can't do maybe a 5 to 10x.
Yeah. I did hear a little bit about this in Monkey DAO. There was some like there's some giveaway going on for only like 10 people in Monkey DAO, but I've heard a little bit of it, but not much. Zircon, from your end, what have you heard anything on the Chili token?
Not much. I haven't heard much. I've been making my own research. It's starting to get some traction in the Twitter algorithm. I've seen it like a couple of times on the tweets you liked or tweets based on your retweets kind of stuff. So it's getting some traction in the algorithm. I see it pumping enough to at least make some money, some decent money. It's not gonna have the potential of Bonk, not even close, just because it's the same deal as when a collection does well and everyone starts to copy the art or those kind of stuff. And I've seen it in the past with shitcoins. I mean, it's normal to see it pumping, but you have to be extra cautious with this kind of tokens. I mean, we know that as well as Bonk, the token is gonna be reliable. It's not gonna be a rug pull and go straight zero like from the start. But you have to be careful when you enter, just in case.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. And I mean, who knows? Look, one thing, it's so hard to sort of call it with these meme coins.
Yeah,
Zircon, I think you remember when Shiba Inu first came out,
yeah,
and people were sort of riding the Shiba Inu wave because of Dogecoin.
yeah,
And there were points in time when Shiba Inu actually flipped Dogecoin. And people actually made more money from Shiba Inu than they did from Doge. So I don't know. It's super interesting. It'll be super interesting to see what happens when this thing comes out. or it could just be nothing. That's like another thing altogether, because how many meme coins did we see come out of Ethereum after Dogecoin, and only one of them really popped off. So
I wanna see the roof for Bonk. That's my main concern right now. Because every single day that it's completely crazy. Every single day Bonk is getting new ATH, and when you think, okay, well, now is the real dip, it dips a little bit and then it starts going skyrocketing again, and so on and so on and so on. I first entered I'm not gonna call the whole decimal thing. I enter like around 200 with all the zeros that has right now. I sold at 300, then I re-entered at 250. I sold at 444, and now I re-entered on 370, I think, or 380. So it's insane. I mean, I haven't seen this kind of traction on a token that it's mainly based on speculation, because there's no utility yet. No, even though it has the road, the tokenomics and stuff, the paper, but it's not like we have much things yet for Bonk.
Speaking about utility, have you guys heard of Elixir and what they're doing with Bonk?
I read their thread on Twitter, but didn't completely get it. You can, if you know some things.
Well, I just know it's a Bonk pass, and I'm obviously not gonna have any access to that. I don't know if Solinvestor, if you're gonna be able to access it as far as like it being minted, but I'm gonna look at it in the secondary on what these things are. So that's basically all I know on these Bonk passes. But like that's because you spoke on NFT utility on Bonk, and I was like, oh, there is something. There's a Bonk pass on Elixir, and I think it's gonna be. I honestly think it's gonna be crazy because it's Elixir. I mean, and then they have ovals who I thought it was gonna be like around 8 SOL, and then it started going all the way up to like 20 SOL. So these guys are gonna mint the crap out of this because it's Elixir and it's their own NFTs. They're gonna support it, and I just don't know what's gonna come out for it. But I'm gonna be looking hard on it on the secondary. But
yeah. And one thing to have in consideration if you're thinking of buying Bonk, this is non-financial advice at all. This is a meme coin. You have to know that. This, if we talk about risks, this is like putting the hand straight on the fire. I mean, it's you know you are gonna lose money most likely. So, saying this, all the Bonk that it's gonna be used to mint these Bonk passes is gonna be burned. So that's gonna be interesting because it's gonna reduce a little bit of the supply of the Bonk. And I don't know, it's gonna be fun to watch people just burning tokens. It apparently you get a free mint of an NFT that will be launched on Elixir. I didn't quite get the idea. I thought it was maybe some kind of raffle.
They're gonna build on the Bonk ecosystem. This is getting serious. It's just insane on how this 420 supply generated by one Bonk pass entitles you to one free mint on Elixir Launchpad. Whoa. So there's only 420 though?
Yeah, but it's 70 million Bonk. But it's like 20 something SOL. It's kind of expensive.
But we'll see. Free mint. A free mint on Elixir. I think that'll probably, on the long term, that'll probably be worth it.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's a crazy burn because they already burned 500 million Bonk, which was supposed to be allocated to DeGods, but because DeGods is leaving the Sol ecosystem, they just decided we're not going to airdrop to DeGods holders. Instead, we're burning 500 million Bonk. So I'm not quite sure. I haven't looked into the tokenomics of this. I don't know how much is circulating. It sounds like a lot. We'll see what happens. Overall, dude, I just want this to keep pumping because I think I've missed the pump on Bonk. And now I'm looking at Chile. It could be nothing. It could be something. But the more Bonk pumps, the more I'm thinking to myself that it's just a high probability that Chile will pump as well. So this
Yeah.
gets me excited.
And not just that, overall the Solana ecosystem, because people come from all over and they get into Solana and then they start, probably participating. So
Dude, that's
some good
another
points.
thing. Like, we have so much crazy stuff being built on Solana, right? We have all of these amazing NFT projects. We have DeFi coming back up. We have a Solana phone coming, but it's actually a meme token that's actually bringing us back. Like, when you think about it, it's insane.
Yeah, it's that's the irony of it all. Faith
It's
loves
this.
irony.
It's the Solana style. The degens are the ones that are bringing the ecosystem back to.
It's almost like Dogecoin. When Dogecoin came out, like everyone thought Ethereum was gonna go through this adoption phase with some crazy DeFi, utility out there, but it was Dogecoin. It was like the fun that really made people come, the masses, and this is almost like a similar thing going on in Solana.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like what you said in the beginning, Phil, when you're saying that a lot of ETH people are looking at this. I mean, dude, it just gets me so bullish because when the next bull run comes and a lot of developers start releasing what they've built, because, like, yeah, sure, we're seeing a lot of cool stuff coming right now, but I don't believe that we've seen even nearly half of it. I think there's a lot of builders building some really cool stuff behind the scenes. I think they're waiting for the bull run to come, and then they'll start releasing what they built. And I mean, look, I think this is just more evidence that Ethereum guys are watching Solana. And once all of that new utility with NFTs, with tokens, with DeFi starts coming out during the next bull run, it's great to hear that the big money does have eyes on this chain, despite everything that's happened.
Yeah, and it kind of transitions into the next thing, which is gonna be Haze token. Haze token could probably benefit from this if it does do its own release at some point within like the next month or so. So it'll perfectly align for that. So that's some interesting stuff. So on the other note, let's talk about pilots. What's going on with pilots? When pilots, we had Taiyo Robotics. They came out with this new product from Soulport Tom. It's called Taiyo Pilots, and Taiyo Pilots has been taking Solana by the storm, by the waves, and have really took over Twitter as well until Bonk came in. Solinvestor, what do you think of this new staking mechanism with the pilots?
Yeah, it's super interesting. So it's hard. Sorry, my head just always jumps to price action because I'm a trader. But we saw staking come out the same time as all of this unverified NFTs with Magic Eden. And pilots has pulled back from this. It looked like they were going to break 50. They were at like 49. They dipped down to 43. So from what I understand, I'm no longer in this project, unfortunately. I do hope that they have a stronger pullback because, I really want to get back in. But basically, their staking seems to be somewhat divided onto the three factions. And obviously, each faction, they'll end up having their own utility. This thing will be heavily gamified. It's super, super smooth from what I understand, the whole staking process. I just think that it's an incredible job from this team. They're also talking more and more within their Discord about their IDO, and currently there seems to be some sort of competition between all the factions and who can be the loudest, who can talk one over the other. Currently, the rebels are the loudest. We'll see what happens when the reveal comes out and Tom changes his PFP. I think that's going to be super interesting because I don't think he's going to go for the rebels. I think he stated that he's going to go for the operators. We'll see how that works. But I do know holders. I was speaking to John, and so John is the biggest Taiyo holder, and he's like, yeah, I mean, I'm only going to join one faction, right? Obviously, he probably is one of the largest whales in pilots as well, but he's like, I'm only going to join one faction. and it really gamifies the entire collection. And I'm super interested to see what comes out of this. But hey, staking is stage one. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. We'll definitely see what happens here. Yeah, it's right now at 44 Solana. You and me, we both been trading in and out of this collection. And well, yeah, I'm quite interested in how staking is going to take this on this portion of the game. Now, on another note, we have we have Zircon. We have this project that's called Slimes. Slimes, they basically finally came out with the auctions. Did you expect this thing to really just explode all the way to 200 Solana? Because they completely just surprised me with what the current bids are.
This is insane. I mean, we already talked about the art, that the art was really on point, and it was run by Scumsol, so it was like you didn't have to think about it too much. But I'm actually really surprised about the bidding being so high. I've heard, I'm not quite sure how is it, but I think that if you bid on Slimes, you get whitelist for how was the name of the tunes? The Toonies?
Oh, the
Toonies?
Toonies.
Was it?
Yeah, the Toonies.
Yeah, I've heard there's some sort of connection between the bids on the Slimes and the Toonies whitelist as well.
Really?
Yeah. Now it's, I mean, unless you have 200 Sol to put a bid on some of these NFTs, you're already out. But
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I
but
was
it's crazy.
I was hoping for 40 because I would have probably tried to buy one and keep it as my forever PFP. But it looks like it's not happening. There's still 10 hours left. We'll see. This one's my favorite though, right here. This is the one I want. That's my PFP.
Insane.
Yeah. But yeah,
I mean,
so
you could have your ABCs.
I have my one ABC. Imagine if I would have kept all 15 right now.
Oof.
Dude.
That would have been insane.
Man. That would have been completely insane. But obviously it didn't happen. So, but right now I'm betting on Lunar. I have 5 of them right now. They've been going up, and hopefully it really gets to a near level. But I don't think it will. But we'll see. So we have, speaking of that, we have Lunar project that basically they're starting to come out with some news about Lunar New Year. Solinvestor, you were right about this. They started to come out with some things, and the latest thing that they basically said was that they're gonna airdrop Bonk tokens. It pumped the price up.
Can I just say they've actually copied the strategy?
There's like a meta.
Strategy.
Everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the first project to do it was Cyber Samurai. And that's a project that, and I remember we talked about the project, I think the first week or two when I came on the show. This thing was sitting at 3 Sol. So Cyber Samurai basically picked up enough bonk so that they could airdrop around 10 Sol. At the time it was 6, now it's 10. Around 10 Sol worth of bonk to the first 100 people who buy it and basically stake their NFT for 30 days. So you can see that sort of huge wake up from around 8 Sol to around, I think it was 8 or 7 Sol. This thing went up all the way to like 14, 15 Sol. So Cyber Samurai is the first one who did it. And now Lunar is doing it again. Lunar basically copied it. So I'm thinking to myself that, sure, Lunar threw this in there. Is there something more? Is Luna going to release something else leading up to this new year? I don't know, but it's super interesting.
It is super interesting. The more interesting thing is HGSO put down 3 months left on the clock to achieve it. Life is short. Dream big. Heart. Here we go. He is trying to get for that number 1 spot. He is looking at the competition. So you got here Lunar Project saying, "See you there," and he says, "Let's fucking go." So Obviously they're interconnected somehow. These because it's the open DAO. It's
Yeah.
HG Soul's baby. So just small little hints right there with Lunar. But yes, the Bonk token's the only thing for New Year's, right? Lunar New Year right now.
It's interesting. I'm not entirely sure how to value these collections because obviously you have DGods as number one, and then you have ABCs as number two. But here's the thing. So Taiyo Robotics actually has like 4 collections, and if you add up the value of all 4 collections, it actually puts Taiyo Robotics overall collection valued at like second place, so above ABC. So it's interesting. I'm not quite sure what is the right way to value this.
So like 27 million market cap. You have the Taiyo Robotics right now at where's Taiyo Robotics?
I think it's around 7 million.
It's around 7 million, but I mean, I was talking about more floor price.
Floor price. Okay.
I will have to calculate the market cap to see where that sort of ranks. But
yeah, the market cap will be interesting.
Yeah, the market cap would be interesting. But if you hold one of basically all of Taiyo's collections, that goes above 300 SOL.
Yeah, that's definitely. How the hell is it only a 7 million market cap though? That's kind of surprising to me.
It's a very
it should
small
definitely.
collection.
Yeah, I mean, it has like 2,000. It should definitely be somewhere up. Being at Taiyo, like it should be at 20 million, which will bring it up times 3. So they should be like at 600 SOL.
Yeah, it's tough to value these things. I mean, if you look at Stefan, for example, which is basically dead at this point. Let's be real.
I use it every day.
That's sitting at number 5. Exactly. That's sitting. How much do you make from it?
I don't know, but I run every day. Usually like about like 2 or 3 miles. So I just turn it on and I just play with it. But it's not my main thing. It's actually a Nike app. I can look at it right now actually and tell you. I think I'm around like 200 GPT or something like that. And I'm for like the past year. Yeah, 231 GST. Right there.
So how much SOL would that be?
I have no clue.
Do you have any idea?
No, I
Don't
don't.
make the conversion.
Let's do this on stream. Why not?
Let's see what CoinGecko has to say about it.
Yeah, I can find out.
Yes.
See, let's see. Trade.
Stefan Green, Satoshi, Solana here.
See what it says right here.
Into Stefan when Stefan was like above 10 SOL, and like I was calculating, okay, because like my uncle runs around
0.24 Solana.
a day. Gotcha.
0.24.
And that took 365 days more or less, right?
Yeah.
It took you like a year. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, you can sell it and like probably pick up 3 more lunars. You'll have better ROI.
0.24. I don't think I'll be able to pick.
0.24. Oh, I thought you said 24. Oh, okay.
No, 0.24.
No. 0.24. Point.
God. That's horrific.
You can pay some transactions.
Horrific.
Yeah.
It's something. You know what? I'll take that 0.24 and I'll buy some DGen Bonk NFT and then I'll see where it goes with that. I'll put it in a separate wallet.
Yeah, you'd probably walk out with like 1 SOL.
Oh, well. Speaking of the other thing that I really want to talk about is NFT Inspect. NFT Inspect is basically dead. Have you guys ever used these data points in NFT Inspect? Solinvestor, have you?
I think I've seen it.
Zircon, I'm guessing Zircon doesn't use it as much. I used to use these. I used to use this to gauge social sentiment when I didn't have much access to sort of talk to other traders, to talk to other big investors in the space. I used to use this to just gauge that social sentiment. Data isn't 100% reliable, but it is really, really good. It is really, really good. And I'm not quite sure why they've decided to shut down. I assume it's a financial thing, but it's hard to say. One thing I will say is that John actually commented on their on their Twitter post when they're like, "Oh, we regret to inform everyone that we're basically dead." And Tom hit them up on Twitter, and Tom was like, "Hey, what if I'm interested in buying you guys out, more or less? Is that something you guys would be interested in?" So I know there's some discussions with that. Yep. So if you click on the post, I would have
Yeah,
assumed you'd be in like.
Tom. Yeah, Tom. I did see this post from Tom somewhere.
Yeah, I
He
don't know where
basically,
he commented, but he's interested in buying them out.
and also Elio Trades. He said check DMs. Seems like he's probably trying to do a side deal with them as well. But here you go. All right, hey guys, interested in potentially buying you out. Who do I speak to? Hit up. I am. Yeah, so it looks like probably some deals are in the works with this, and it's probably because of data, because you can really use this data for other things, like for your
Yeah.
collection, for your community. You can basically look around what's actually in the hype, what the trends are, where people are following it. So interesting stuff.
It is, from what I understand, it's very, very expensive to collect, present, and maintain uh, these large amounts of data points. I'll be interested to see what Hello Moon does, because now this gets me thinking about how much funding all of this needs. And of course, Hello Moon has a lot more data points with a lot more collections, and it even goes further than that and analyzes the Solana blockchain and produces data on that, and they do it all for free. So it's interesting to see what happens with all of these companies and what they plan on doing next.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. We'll see where it goes on that. I think it's probably a little bit to do with Twitter as well, but we'll
Yeah.
probably find out a little bit more. Now, the other thing that that I kind of saw on my radar, from Zircon, you talked about this a little bit, was Sorcies. They have basically just enormously went from like nothing to 6 SOL. I just don't know how that happened. I didn't know it was gonna happen so quick, but I sold mines. I don't know if you. I think you said you sold yours as
Yeah,
well.
I sold mine like a while ago. I think I sold them for like 3 SOL,
Yeah,
just because. I mean, I knew they had potential, but I just wasn't patient enough to just wait and see what happens. I decided to
yeah,
just sell and keep trading with that money and keep it moving. And then I saw them at 6 SOL. I was like, oh, so it wasn't such a good idea to just sell it for 2 SOL, to 2 or 3 SOL. So things
yeah. I
that
mean,
happen.
it's still moving, which is crazy. And overall, like every project is moving. Almost
Yeah.
every project is moving up, but I'm starting to see a little bit more red now as far as just general projects. And there's a couple of them that I am looking at. Solinvestor. Is there anything you're looking at as far as like like I don't know, maybe undervalued NFTs? There's not really much, but is there
Uh,
anything?
I'm looking at these clay makers by Claynosaurus. So I know they're going to drop clay probably sometime this month or early next month. So Claynosaurus is definitely one of them that I currently have my eye on. BVD Cats has been working on something called BVD Project for a while. They claim that's going to be huge. Uh, there we go, Claynosaurus. This is the main collection, though. Yep.
Here you go.
So Claymakers. Yep. So we're seeing these nicely dip. Uh, I'm hoping they could go back to about that 3.7 level. I don't know if they're going to do that, but one can hope. So I was actually planning on picking up more Luna around this time, but they're already pumped. So now my attention has turned to these. I'm waiting for them to drop to 3 point, even 3.9, 3.8. I'll be pretty happy to enter at those levels.
Yeah.
So this is the one that I have my eye on. BVD Cat, we got into these at like 2.9 we sold them at like 4. I'm waiting these to retrace back sub 3 or around 3 sold. Hopefully I'll re-enter them. They have something called BVD project coming out. No idea what it is, but they claim it's going to be huge. So probably give that one another week. And we picked up a couple of shares during like 2 days ago. We picked a lot of them up sort of around 5.3. They're currently sitting at 6. I think they're going to have a massive update coming soon. I would like to see a pump from them. Of course, we are picking Alpha Pharaohs up at 15. They're at 19. So I'm already heavily invested in this ecosystem. But I will start rotating those funds after a couple of days or after we see a pump coming out of that. And which of the project was I looking at? So those are the 3 projects that
Yes, here's BVD
really caught my eyes.
and Claymakers. I know, Zircon, I know you
Yep.
just came back from vacation. You were like about like a week and a half, 2 weeks out there.
Yeah.
So you're probably, just catching up on everything that's going on. But is there anything just caught your eye that you're just looking at?
No, I'm still watching to see if Toys R Us announced something, anything at all. Their Twitter seems like, I don't know, my personal account, they don't tweet anything for like ages. I don't know, say that you're alive at least. I don't know, something. Their last tweet is like December the 13th, so I don't know.
It was a retweet.
It was a retweet from Eli. So no, I'm not watching much. I'm really happy to see Liberty Square finally getting to the point where I saw them going at the beginning.
Dude, look at
I
that.
knew they were gonna do well. They
that's
exploded
disgusting.
all of a sudden,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
now
that might be
apparently,
a surprise.
now apparently they're gonna get some Bonk as well. So Bonk for everyone.
Yeah, it seems like every project is doing it. We have Ukiyo who's doing it. We have Just Ape doing it, and when they announce it, these things just like fly high. So why not? And everybody's just doing it right now. Even zombies, which is like, which is less than 1 soul.
Yeah, I've seen a hint around BVs. I don't know if any of you guys have been following the trend of BVs. They already released the pods. They messed up the whole metadata. I mean, I minted I received my free BV, my base pod, and I also bought an elevated pod for 2 Sol, and I haven't received it yet. I mean, it was like 20 days ago the mint, and I'm still missing my BB pod. So I opened the ticket, and they told me, no, we have problems with the metadata, yada yada yada. So I'm still waiting. We'll see how it goes. But apparently they're gonna make some things with Bonk as well. They dropped a hint on their Twitter. But at least,
Wow.
I mean, there's almost 2 Sol for free because the base bots were the ones that were airdropped for free, and the elevated ones that were minted for 2 Sol are around 3.8, I think, if I'm not wrong. So they're doing good. They're doing good. I mean, they're the same as Toys R Us. They have big issues with communication. They are not announcing anything. They are they have active their Twitter account, but in terms of announcements and news, there's not much about. It's all about the things that they already mentioned. Today apparently is the reveal of the VVs. We'll see how that goes. That's the thing they talk about. Probably nothing and a screenshot, but not much more than that.
Interesting.
I would say that Saga Pass just pumped over the past 2
Saga.
days.
We were talking about Saga Pass for a while.
Yeah.
So if you're watching, me and Solinvestor were trying to outbid each other at one point with the lowest volume NFT in probably Magic Eden history. No one knew about these passes. And it was just me and Solinvestor just going back and forth, trying to get the cheapest Saga Pass. And it was going on for like 3 or 4 weeks. And they were at 3 Solana. and we were basically trying to conspirarize what this is, where this was going, and it all finally kind of came true today. This thing hit up all the way to 9.5 Solana. I unfortunately had one listed like at 4 Solana. I would blame Solinvestor because I was trying to outbid him. So that got sold immediately. But I still have one more that I'm probably gonna keep for a little while because I don't know what this hint is of what they're coming out with, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep hinting some stuff and people are gonna want it.
Yeah, and look, they're like 16 listed. And if someone sweeps up like 10 of these, this thing goes to like a 50 soul flow. It's wild.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I sold one at around 9 soul. I'm not sure where this is going to go. I just had to de-risk a little bit just in case. So still kind of watching them. I haven't called an exit in the alpha groups that I've been calling for. So we'll see how this goes because just a little bit more volume it can move. The Solana space and Solana phone, Twitter, they've been super active. They've been teasing some airdrops. I think they already airdropped some artwork to a few people, and those one-of-one artworks went for like 5 soul. So yeah, this is the Solana space.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. It's interesting. They also claim that if you hold just the Saga Pass, you're going to get something. I think you and I have been talking to Solana Spaces about that. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll review the rest of the video. Whoever's closest will be airdrop around Bonk. One guest per purchase must show a valid receipt. Yeah, they've been tweeting a little while. There was one. Here we go. Listen up. It's Solana mobile season. Leaking notes. Devs got phones. More shipping right now. Airdrop for OG Saga Pass holders maybe this week. Mischief with Bonk. More Saga Pass mints. Oh, I'm actually scared about this. I don't know what this means. Does this mean dilution?
Probably. Won't be surprised.
Man. That would suck. Unless they give it to me.
I think I'm going to call it an exit.
But yeah, that some interesting stuff going on there. Again, we talked about it for a while. No one listened, but here we are, 9.50. So crazy stuff right there. The one thing I think for my list on what I've been looking at was what I recently bought was anybody's. I've been checking this one out, seeing where they go, and the other one that I bought, I actually Lily. I bought a Lily as well. It's still here around this price level. And then I got a Lunar as well, around 8 Solana, 10, 8 Solana, somewhere there. So those are my plays that I've been playing on. So there you go. We'll see where these go.
Oh, and I'm still accumulating Cosmic Ape Crusaders. Unfortunately, they're pumped now. Yeah, so we were talking about this at like 0.8. They pumped to 2.2. We sold a few. They went back down to 1.1, and that's when I scooped up a few of them as well. So currently they're back above 1.6. I'm hoping we can get another dip. I don't really hold too many of these right now. I want to pick up like 10, maybe 20 more. And then we'll see where these goes. I'll probably be holding mine until the end of Q1 though.
Yeah. Yeah, this definitely was one that you spoke about. And it's just there's in moments like these when there's not at this moment, but there was a time when everything here was in red. And when we were talking about all these projects.
Yeah.
Now they're all mooning, which is a different time frame. But yeah, in those times, you couldn't pick everything. You had to pick one specific one that you knew about, and we all basically just picked what we knew best, and it's just great to see it finally be known by the Solana world. So that is basically everything I have. Zircon, do you have any last words or anything else do you have to say about the Solana NFT space?
No, not much to say. Just be careful. As always, be careful with the trades you made. Don't forget that some sooner or later Bonk is gonna start dropping a little bit. So if you are just uh, running the Bonk wave, be careful with that. Don't overexpose yourself. If you are already making profits and you want to get out, just get out. It's okay to just get out of the way and leave the train before it crashes. I'm not saying it's gonna crash, but you never know with these meme coins, shit coins, however you're gonna call them. And that will be all on my side. I'm really, really happy to see some euphoria around Solana again after everything we've seen last year. Like we have 1 year that was crazy, 1 year, 1 month that was crazy, and now I'm really, really happy to see everything trying to at least stabilize a little bit.
Yeah, there's gonna I am sure with you back, I have a feeling there's gonna be some bonk NFTs popping out within like the next 2 weeks. During this it's gonna be. I'm seeing a little bit on Twitter. It's gonna be kind of crazy. You have this Elixir thing that they're building out on Bonk. You're probably gonna see more other NFTs coming out within this ecosystem. It's gonna be a wild ride. I don't think it ended here. So I think with you back here and getting finally settled down, we're probably gonna talk more about this. Solinvestor, do you have any last words on everything here?
Yeah, I think we predicted last week that the first first week or two of January would be really good. We've had a great first week. Hopefully next week can be the same. I'm just excited for Machikito to sort this thing out so I can start trading again, and I'm excited to see what the Chili's token does.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's been a crazy week. I made some profits off a lot of things with Taiyo Pilots, Utes. It's been a crazy week, 2 weeks for sure, and we'll see where this next week goes. So, in our news, if you guys want to join our Value Vibes Discord, link down below. We'll be talking a lot more about Bonk, Solana, what's going on, the crazy stuff we get into, the good stuff we get into, the bad stuff we get into.
Yep.
And overall, comment below and smash that like button as well. Keeps us going. Much love and peace.